Hey there, Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, Cancer Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. I am going to apologize in advance. Mercury in retrograde is in full swing. And I'm having a lot of trouble. The camera keeps pausing, stopping, whatever, glitching. But it did that on a conference call earlier, and it was happening at the other end too. And so I just think that we're just dealing with that. So we're going to make these as quick as possible so they will upload in time to get them out to you. These videos are for March 1st through the 19th. It is the midpoint in the season of Pisces. For you, that is in your 9th house. Hope higher knowledge, especially if you're Cancer rising. Higher knowledge, learning, long distance travel, and spiritual communication. So those are kind of the areas we're going to work with. I'm going to go ahead and put this down so you don't have to notice quite so much the freezing. It's a little less annoying when you don't see the mouth not matching up, right? Okay, so this is the 9-card spread that we're going to do here. I'm using the Viceversa tarot, which I find really fascinating. If you've never seen this one before, it has 2 sides to it. Hold on. Has 2 sides to each card, and they definitely have their own messages to go with them. Ooh, this is looking kind of rough here. I'm not gonna lie to you, Cancer. This is setting up to be a rough couple of weeks. I don't know about the rest of you, but I have been struggling this past week in particular, and I have a lot of Cancer, being totally exhausted. Oh, but here you are, is your overall energy, is you. This is you moving forward and leaving the past behind. Like, it is, the road falls away behind you. So this is actually moving on from something that's really important that you needed to move on from. But I have a feeling it was not an easy go to get there. And so I think right now there's this sense of resting and preparing for battle that is happening. So I think that you've moved on, but maybe you haven't necessarily told somebody. So it could be a relationship. It could be a job situation that wasn't working out for you. It could be a family situation. I can't really tell from these cards that are here at all. Like, there is nothing here to give it away. So whatever is going on in your life, you probably know right away what you are at battle about. So this is the past, the present, the future, thoughts, feelings, actions. Each of the places also have a Lenormand card that I assigned to them so that I can communicate easier with spirit on it. And in the key to the situation, you have this. This is the I'm going to battle Page of Swords. Watch out for what you say and what you do. But what I like about this is if you can see that even though you're heading off into the cloudy area, that sort of truth is lit up. It is lit up like a ray of light, crystal and light from the heavens above. Here would be in the upright. In the upright, this is I feel self-assured and I'm confident moving forward. This is I don't feel so confident. It's kind of scary up ahead, but your sort of truth is lit up. And so I feel like you have no choice but to go forward because in your heart of hearts, you know where things stand for you and what it is that you need to do. In the recent past, you were struggling with the decision. To leave. You were trying to gain enough information and guidance on, because this is in the area of books, so it was secret knowledge. So maybe somebody was leaving you and you didn't know that. Maybe you were trying to make a decision to leave a situation and other people didn't know that, but you're trying to get enough information and guidance. But there's this emotional element, right, in the 8 of Cups, which is about making a decision to move away from a situation, even though reason and rationality, because it's up in the area of thoughts, and in the area of knowledge, but in the end, it came down to an emotional decision, and I think that makes it the right decision no matter what, even though you had to get ready for this battle here. In the area of transformation, you have the Emperor. You have you being the CEO of your life. That is how you transform your life right here. Whatever the situation is requires you to take charge and control of your own life, to know that this is you being in charge of you, and running your own life, because obviously you've already moved on. Like, whether or not you're aware of it or the other parties are aware of it, if it's a job or whatever it is, they may not know that you've made this decision, but you have. You absolutely have. Things are already moving in that direction. Whew. Okay. In the recent past, you've been struggling with trying to keep everything, using your intuition, seeing what you're supposed to do, trying to shed as much light on it. This is the Queen of Cups, and in the reverse, it's still a beautiful card. In fact, in this deck, I actually prefer her in the reverse more because she has a longer range view. Here, I feel like it's like trying to see into the future and not maybe having enough information and knowledge to be able to make those kind of decisions. An obstacle for you have been, I have put a lot of time and energy and effort into this, and it looks like it's in ruins around me, and sometimes it's just really hard to let go of a situation that you've put so much effort into. Whether it is a job or a relationship, doesn't matter, right? You spend all that time and that energy, emotional energy, that physical energy, trying to make something work, and then in the end, you're like, you know what? This is just falling down around me. And so you gird yourself for battle, and you decide to do that. But right now, you are sitting here in this very low energy. It's a depression energy of the Four of Cups. This is what it looks like in the reverse as you're coming out of it. Like the cups are on the seashore and you're sailing away on the boat, right? But here you're sitting there looking at them going, I have wasted so much time. And there's this sense of, God, what a waste of my time and my energy. And I just felt a sigh when I look at that card. Like, I don't know. Why didn't it work? I did this. Well, the way you're going to transform your life, because look how gray those cards are. And the transformation comes with this very colorful, very powerful Emperor card. Remember, this year is about the 4 energy of stability. And the Emperor is the 4 energy of stability. And it's being in charge and being in control of your life. And if you're going to sit there and feel miserable and go, well, all right, I guess I'm going in to do the battle. And you're like, had enough. Instead, be large and in charge in your life. That's where you get to where it is that you want to go. So the transformation happens when you allow that energy of the Emperor to allow you to walk away, move away from a situation that does not work for you, that does not serve you. And in the future, this is the reverse side of the Justice card. So here's the Justice card you're used to seeing. But on this side, it's about justice was served. There was a lot of help in this justice. We have the butterfly of transformation. This was the divine hand of the Creator came in to help move things around. And in the future, you will be able to see why this worked out. But I think you're still going to be doing this fighting spirit in your heart space, which ordinarily I would not be excited to see, because, this is the reverse side of the Five of Wands, where it's kind of like, okay, I got a lot going on, but it's kind of like this playful energy. And on this side, it's like, okay, I'm going into this battle and seeing it's in the heart space. We got these volcanic eruptions. But honestly, when I see these gray cards of giving up going on here, and then all of a sudden you get your fighting fiery spirit back, and the outcome here in their way to create stability for you is the Temperance card, the alchemy of putting things together in a way that works for you and allows blessings to flow into your life. I think you need your fighting spirit, and I'm glad to see it showing up here, because this energy is an energy of needing to rest right now, of recuperating. There's a lot of dark thoughts going on, and even though you're doing the right thing, there's this energy of, I'm not happy here. I like that you get your fighting spirit. I really do. I think this was a tough situation that needed to be cut through, to let go of. I feel like there's a sense of, maybe I've wasted my time, but if you sit in this energy here of depression, of life is attacking you, instead of you deciding that you are in charge of your life, instead of you going, no, I'm going forward and winning, if you feel like you're on the defense and not taking control of your life, that's hard energy to sit in, and it's counterproductive is what it is. It's counterproductive. And the thing is this card says that the universe was already moving you forward because you needed to. And this card says that the universe was helping you move forward. So instead of feeling negative and depressed about it, I encourage you to look at it as blessing and a gift from the universe, because it was a situation that needed to change, and maybe you weren't willing to make the change, and so they helped to make the change for you. And that is not always an easy lesson. I know from experience is multiple times I've been having to have that explained to me through this lifetime. I'm sure other lifetimes too, but this lifetime that I remember. And it's been, like, hey, guess what? That situation doesn't have the kind of growth that you wanted it to have. And so don't sit there and pout. Get out there and do some work. But I will say that while Mercury is in retrograde, that's going to feel really hard to do. And so rest when you need to, but get ready. So yes, rest when you need to, and spend your time thinking about what the next steps are. You're in this energy now. Taking control of your life is key, because we have the winter, which is that resting energy. It's take care of yourself. So nurture yourself, love yourself, care for yourself, but don't wallow. Start looking to the future. Start planning for the future, because you have make plans and focus. Make plans and focus. Make plans and focus. Pay attention to where that sword of truth is. Focus on that. Focus on where it is that you're going. You are going to be protected. There's a sword here in this justice. There's a sword here. There's the sword here. So there's this laser focused energy of truth, and following it that becomes very important. And so in the area of the heart, it says, be receptive to the subtle messages from nature as you go about your day. Nature talks to us continually. We only need to open our hearts and mind. And so going for walks, getting grounded. And when you walk outside, go for a walk. And even if it's really cold, you can probably get out for 10 or 15 minutes. Pay attention to the animals that you see, to the changes as the seasons change, because we're coming up on the seasonal change. And whether you're in the northern hemisphere or the southern hemisphere, the seasons are changing, and so things are, so notice from day to day what is changing. If you are in the southern hemisphere, as the things die off and it becomes, goes into the fall, it's the resting phase, into the breakdown phase, into allowing things to rust and regenerate the soil so that new things can grow. If it's in the northern hemisphere, then start paying attention to the signs of spring and where new life is coming in, and allow yourself to just feel that energy of growth. So either way, it's transformative. Either way, it has a lot of potential. It is potential energy is what happens around the equinoxes, is there's the potential, the getting ready to do things. And so start making your plans about where you want to go, but pay attention and journal a little bit. And don't be afraid to look at, look up things like, I saw a sparrow today. So I go home and I look up, what is the spiritual meaning of a sparrow, or whatever it is that you see. And so you are definitely being asked to pay attention. We have balance is at work in your life. Yin and yang are opposites in energy, but reside side by side to create the gift of neutrality. Cancer, your glyph is the yin and the yang sign. It is about finding that balance. That is what the Chariot is about, right? The Chariot is about the balancing of the thoughts and the actions, the emotions and the energy that you put out and take in, the yin and the yang. And so the neutrality, trying to step back and find the balance, the neutrality of the situation. It's not all bad. It's not. There's an opportunity here to move forward now, to move forward in a great way. And you're being reminded of that because you have enjoyed the journey. Enjoy the journey. It says, stay present and flexible. Many changes are going on for you and around you. These changes are not only good, but necessary. Bring your awareness to the now rather than focusing on the past or in the future. And so when you go for those nature walks, by being really present to what's happening right then, you are putting yourself in the present moment. And the present moment is the only place you exist right now. You know, the future hasn't happened yet. You create that through your actions that you take now, through where you put your thoughts right now, where you put your you allow yourself to focus. Remember, focus and plan. That's what creates the future, but it happens in the now. It's the focusing and the planning, yes. But what's happened in the past, that's lessons. So what did you learn from it? Okay, so how are you going to use that? How are you going to use that to nurture where you're at right now to move yourself forward? And then you have dancing in the rainbow. Break free from whatever you feel is holding you back. Express happiness. Find out what you truly desire. This apathetic card here of the Four of Cups. See how gray it is? And then we have this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful rainbow dolphin. Look for the beauty and the joy. Get out there and have some fun. Allow yourself to bring the balance back into your life. And don't reside in the misery. It is not where you belong. It was not where you were intended to be. There, you know, the journey, it's like, when you're driving through the foothills, you know, you go up and you go down, you go up, you go down. Life is like that, right? Or if you want to think of it as a roller coaster, right? People think a roller coaster ride is fun. I'm not one of them, but hey, you know, there's the ups and the downs, and that's what makes it interesting. You know, when you are, it's the shadow and the light that makes a picture look 3D. Right? You can't just have all of one thing or the other. And so a reminder to lighten up. Your color card is white, lighten up. And then we have this beautiful blue of protecting yourself. And I think that is this shield, right, of focusing. And also there's this need to take control of yourself, to go ahead and be willing to go into battle for what it is that you want and start taking control of your own life. Protect yourself by using the knowledge and the wisdom gained to move things forward. So I hope that was helpful for you, Cancer. I look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks, and I really look forward to, after that time, Mercury will have gone direct, and maybe this won't be so bad. All right, you take care of yourselves. Think about what you really want to create, and focus on the joy and the happiness around you in nature. If you can't get it anywhere else, start there. All right, you take care. We'll talk soon.